The magpies aren't cawing. Something ancient moves upon the face of this city. A figure is walking up the street. The lights are not on in the other houses. It walks alone, approaching this home.
You see an extremely tall woman, dressed in sort of deep obsidian, snug, black leather chest armor and robes, and pale white lacing that goes all the way up the top to the top of her throat. She pulls down a black hood, and she wears a veil of mourning that looks to be chainmail that's draped over her elven ears.
Cool.
And the part of her face that we can see, you can see that there's gashes and scarring and burns. It almost looks like a scar of arcane magic. Wrapped around her waist a few times is a very, very long chain, and she holds the end of it sort of laced between her fingers, and dangling on the bottom of it is a cencer with some smoke coming out of it. She walks up and sees the two of them.
Yeah.
As you approach, covering on your face, you wear a veil of mourning, an article of religious, perhaps even ecclesiastical garb. And though you approach a funeral, the veil of mourning is not for the deceased that lies within. You behold a human warrior, an orcish druid, as you arrive at the top of the hill, the censer in your hands. You smell funereal incense, the stink of liquor. Last rites are being held within this place. You have arrived exactly where you were told to expect the event you now see unfolding.
Do I recognize do you have religious paraphernalia on you?
Not that you can see. It is she's just wearing pure black, minus her white lacing, and there's not really any religious symbols on her whatsoever.
Are you here to mourn Thjazi Fang?
I walk straight inside.
You walk into the home. Hal, you turn and see an unfamiliar figure appear.
Good evening.
Hi!
Hello. Guests of Thjazi Fang's funeral.
I follow in behind you.
I am Vaelus of the Sisters of Salandri, the fallen goddess of life, the Green Mother, the shaper of the elves. I would like an audience with the executor of this man's things.
I'm Thjazi Fang's brother. If that is what you're looking for.
That man is a thief, and he stole something that belongs to me. And I intend to get it back. I don't mean any trouble here. My apologies to everyone. A brother, a lover. I just want what is mine.
All right, we don't to make a spectacle of my brother's passing. What is it that you are looking for, that you think he has?
It is something that he stole from me. If you can show me his things, I will find it and be on my way.
Perhaps you could just clarify. He has a lot of things.
This funeral's awesome. It's a stone. Just a simple stone.
I'm sorry. I haven't even seen my brother in person before today. In a few weeks, I don't know of any stone. What kind of stone?
I take a seat and cross my legs. I can wait until you're ready.
Aranessa looks around and says, "My lady, you have come here from the Mornvale, I am presuming."
Yes. I have traveled very far, for weeks, to come here.
It is my late husband that lies on that table.
My condolences.
Thank you. Normally, I would take umbrage at the word thief being bandied at my husband, but given that it seems to be used in a very literal context here, yes, he stole. A great.
I do believe you haven't seen him in many years. I think the man that's laying here is very different than what you thought of him.
I don't know if an elf like yourself has experienced enough loss to know that the way you are speaking is incredibly rude and will not be tolerated.
That's true. I haven't experienced any loss in all of my years.
Well, other than your god, 70 years ago.
Anyway,
Well, I think the mood is pretty much sunk. Do you want to tell us a little more about this thing that you're after?
it is called the Stone of Nightsong.
Belair. That name rings a bell.
Yes, it does.
Oh. Someone I know. Hello. How are you?
Clearly not well.
Look around and see a dead mortal on the table. This one died from hanging, but that was merely changing the date on a calendar that was always coming for him. Nearby is the Lady Aranessa, muttering under her breath. I've had just about enough people tell me that I don't know the man I married. You look over, see Belair in a corner as you say the Stone of Nightsong. 70 years ago. Blink of an eye in your centuries of life. You watched the last god of Ahriman die, and have had to trudge for weeks through the stinking world they built in the wake of what they destroyed. You see here in this place, family, criminals, nobles, all threads of the same corrupted tapestry. But there's one person you don't see. One being who you know knows what the Stone of Nightsong is. Because she was there. You wonder if any of these people are hiding her. And on that 23, you know that they will know of that person who traveled with Thjazi. They cannot hide that. The cold iron nail above the door. This is a place that knows fairies well.
I just slowly start swinging my cencer and just looking around.
Is that Palo Santo? It's real nice.
A little bit of this and that.
You know, I actually agree with the Lady Aranessa. And I agree with you. It's been some time since he's, knocked boots with Thjazi, as they say. However, some of us other lowlifes around here, we might be able to help you. But I would suggest you cool whatever vibe this is, calm down, and maybe we can talk like dignified individuals when we're not in the presence of grieving loved ones. Does that seem fair?
I'm sorry. In all the time that I've been here, I have forgotten what grieving is like. I will reattach my chain. Please continue with the festivities.
Would you like a drink?
Absolutely.
All right,
Get
let me
her a
get you a
cranberry
drink.
roll.
I'll get you a cranberry roll.
Thank you very much.
We'll break bread over these shitty fucking cranberry rolls, and then we'll be good. Okay?
Great.
One moment. I'm going to walk over and sit next to you with a drink. What the fuck are you doing here?
What do you think I'm doing here?
Making an ass of yourself and ruining anything you might hope to achieve.
You let me into the city, Bolaire.
I deliver 2 drinks of Yargrass. You're speaking louder than you think you are. And I just sit next to them.
I have one slight concern about us in this conversation we're having right now. Well, who are you? We're just talking about all this stuff, and I don't know who you are.
I push myself off of the wall after hearing all of this and seeing all of this emotion. So, hello, I am Vaelus of the Sisters of Zelandri.
Don't know who that is.
How sad for you. So, what I am gathering here is you tried to stop the execution of Thjazi?
He gathered that much.
Well, I gathered a lot more. I haven't finished just yet. Mainly I'm here, I just need one thing. So I am trying to find that one thing that was stolen.
Yes.
And that is the Stone of Night Song. And it was taken. Possibly by the Crow Keepers? Possibly your brother?
Potentially.
How did you find us?
I was trying to find Thjazi. I wasn't looking for any of you. I was trying to find him to take back something that was mine.
How did you find our home?
I was told.
By who?
I am not going to say.
Oh, why not? We're your best chance of getting that back.
It's only friends in here.
A little trust. We've had our cranberry rolls. Please take some.
I actually haven't had one yet.
Who did you tell we had it? How did they know we had it? Whoever was looking for that stone ruined everything. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe they just took it. They might not even been looking for the stone. They took everything.
What do you mean?
They took everything in the hideout.
Where is the hideout?
We're not incentivized to tell you that.
It's also,
That's how information works.
It's also
Give
not
some
that
and
much
get some.
used to us now either.
Loza looks over at you and I think makes eye contact with you, Thimble, and goes, "The stone. were there any wishes for it that Thjazi had before he died? In other words, and I know it's your stone, but I'm saying, Thimble, is there a reason left to you to cling on to this stone? Or is it something that the use of it has left us along with Thjazi?
I have a letter. I don't know.
I understand. It seems like you don't very much like being here amongst these people that were a friend of someone who stole from you. And it seems like this stone may not be exactly near and dear to our hearts. Things are rotten in Dolmakyar right now. There's no need for us to be at cross purposes. It sounds like we have a conversation on the horizon with these crow keepers, and you might be on that same side of that conversation as us.
I agree.
How are you with that cencer?
Great.
All right.
I'm gonna go over to Thimble.
May I speak with you privately? I'll fly up the stairs.
As that happens, I'd like to go over to Cat again. And I say to Cat again, I need a word with you, please.
All right. I sit down in one of the chairs in whatever room we're in, and from behind the chair comes Pin, walks around, and I go, you keep an eye on her. And my vision goes into Pin's, and he's going to follow Vaelus up the stairs.
Cool.
I'm very sorry. I can see that you cared about this person very much. I'm not here to hurt any of you. You didn't do this. No, I did not. And I try as much as I can to sort of show her that I am not the person that caused his death. I'm not the bad guy here. This was something that was taken from me. I think we're on the same side. Someone who did let me in the city, his name is Bolair. Yeah. I look down and I see Pin. Give him a wink.
In the living room, you just hear, shit.
Did you notice the fox following?
Shut up.
Anyway, I know you were there when the stone was taken, but I also know you were a gift, and you probably didn't have a choice. Oh, I have free will. You do? Yeah, what do you think? I fly up. You're an elf. Yes. You know our history. I do. Better than me, probably. Thjazi was great. He didn't keep me. He was my partner. We were equals. Can you believe that? Equals. I'm sorry I took your stone. I'm sorry it's lost. It's fine. I will find it again. What do you even need it? I don't fucking care.
Pin walks up being seen, walks up and stands like underneath where Thimble has flown up and just kind of sits.
Hi, Occtis.
Give me a perception check with advantage in this moment, if you would, for Vaelus.
Let's go. Ooh. Okay. 23.
Let's go.
23. Vaelus, you look down and see this strange little fox walks in that's stitched together. It's a little undead thing.
I am going to crouch down next to it. Where'd it go?
It has now that you've crouched down next to this fox, you see that its front right leg is of a red fox, but the most of it is an Arctic fox. And it's got little patches. One of its ears is from a red fox. It's mixed of different pieces of foxes, but its eyes are 2 purple buttons. And it has a purple scarf around its neck. But it's looking at you. You can tell it sees you, but its eyes aren't real.
What a beautiful creature.
As Vaelus leaves, you know, I know it's cold comfort in light of you looking for your special rock, but please take some of these pastries. I really have way too many, and we're not going to eat them all.
I've learned for all of the years that I've been alive that sugar is very bad for you.
What? Aren't you immortal?
I insist.
Sort of.
Also,
And,
where are you going? Do you need a place to stay?
I don't have to stay here.
I've got you. Take the pastries, and I got you.
And I'm not offering. If you bring that level of threat into my house near my family again, I promise you, you will live to regret it. Good night.
Let's shake on it.
I put a whole tray of pastries.
I start as I walk away. I just leave the pastries on the porch, and I sit at the end of the house, and I stay there, outside, for the night.
Not needing rest, you perch in the shadows,
Just watch.
like a gargoyle observing the home. The window shatters. You turn, and an elven warrior leaps into the tavern. To the Crow Keepers, a creature of myth and legend, a elf from the far north, fully armored, veil of mourning, religious garb. You crash through the window.
So I am going towards the person that I see holding the glowing bag.
Hell yeah. Okay, you go to the person that you see holding the glowing bag. Rushing along the bar top, you close another 10 feet of movement. What do you want to do?
Okay, I want to, she moves so lightly and quietly and undoes her cencer whip.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the whip and sort of take it around the back of my neck and roll it all the way around for propulsion. And the end of the cencer, there's little blades in the cencer.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I just want to chuck it right into his cheek.
You hit this guy for 13 points of damage, and he flies to the ground unconscious. So, Vaelus, you leap forward, bam, the bag flies open. Thimble, you tumble out onto the ground as this Crow Keeper goes down and is unconscious. I would ask this, Vaelus, are you...
And his dick's out because he took his pants off.
Are you striking to kill in this moment, or just striking to wound?
To kill.
Yeah, hell yeah. You leap up. This guy's got Thimble in a bag. You head to the side, and these sort of city thieves and pickpockets watch as an ancient elven warrior who beheld the death of the last god slashes the throat open of one of their compatriots, and he hits the ground dead.
Since I sort of yanked the cencer out while slashing his throat, that I can, with that sort of pick up the bag of Thimble, chuck it up and try to catch it.
He turns to you. He thought this was going to be, we're going to rough you up and toss you in the back, and a mythical elf surged through a window and immediately killed someone with a weapon he's never seen before. He looks at you genuinely frightened in this moment.
You just see Vaelus's eyes just go completely black, and just for a split second, and he just feels, kind of feels like heartburn, but he doesn't know what it is.
Next to him, the guy who flipped the coin looks and goes, "Evil eye." These are petty criminals. They don't look like they want to all die here in this tavern. But also, they don't know what they're facing. They don't know if you're a fucking ghost or an avenging demon or something like that. And I think that you have a turn before they act. It's an extremely dicey move either way. They look panicked, which means that they might fight to the death, but also these are not, you can tell you fought warriors. These are not warriors.
I don't care about these people.
Great.
So I would like to just keep killing.
Great.
So
I'm
what?
so scared right now.
You've hunter's marked the guildmaster right here.
That is that's Solomon.
That's
so
Solomon,
knowing that that's him, I am going to just look his way.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt. The Guiding Bolt, if you do see it, it's just black, dark energy.
Hell yes. Vaelus, you believe in something that's been dead for a long time. And what used to be green and growing is now as dark as midnight. And it surges forward from you, slams into Solomon's chest for 18 points of damage, and he shudders back, falls to the ground, dead.
I walk right over to him.
You step over, he is dead. You see the chill of death moves out over all of the crow keepers here in this moment.
I'm just going to start swinging my cencer and look at the rest of them. Run.
Vaelus whispers, "Run," and these petty criminals make for every door and window in the place and begin to bolt as fast as they can.
Can I jump out of hiding and come down and fly right in front of the guy with the coin?
Yes, you can.
Right before he leaves and go, "Not you!"
He turns to you. As you get the needle in front of him, he stops, but he looks and says, you can tell he will take a needle in the eye to not disobey the command that Vaelus just gave. He looks to you if he should continue running with one less eye.
No,
We need
please
him,
stay. Can I take my whip around the bottom of his ankles and make him sit?
He slams into a chair in front of you.
He's all yours.
That little thing with button eyes is unnatural. It's a spirit of undeath. You are one who, but for injury or catastrophe, will never die. You see that fox turns around, looks at you, cocks its head.
I cock my head.
Smiles. Little twitches its whiskers and heads off. The young Taconis boy who walks away from you is of a family that for generations, even when the god of the sun still lived, they were a family of shadow. The Halavars were the priestly family of flame, the Taconis, the priestly family of shadow, of the journey through night to the next day. They were gifted with the rites of funeral, cremation, of moving from one realm to the other. And though that young man is not a sorcerer. He has wielded a strange gift to make a little dead creature that regarded you with kindness. Is it possible that dead things can still love us?
Occtis,
Huh? What? Yeah?
did you make this creature?
And he looks down and goes, Pin, I told you you're supposed to stay. Yes, I made him, and he has a hard time staying in the dimensional pocket that I put him in. It's something to do with the fact that he's made out of different pieces. It doesn't really it's coded to one part of him, but the other part can like get his hand out. I'm sorry. Yes, I did make him.
How did you do such a thing?
I got there was most of a fox, and then I talked to some people, and I got some pieces of other fox, and I just I put him back together.
And brought it back to life.
Yeah, there was the part with the magic that brought him back to life. Yes, I did do that. And then, it was kind of a thing where I was supposed to be making like a fearsome thing that would fight, and then he didn't.
Have you done it before or since?
Yeah, all the time.
Occtis, you walk side by side with Vaelus, looking at this little undead creature you've made, and you are talking to someone who, again, just every step is so purposeful. Everything's so graceful.
Why are you asking about him? And I just put him back in the pocket. Imagine. You're supposed to stay in there.
I just think it's beautiful and fascinating that you were able to build such a thing.
I can honestly tell you that is not the response I thought you were going to give. A lot of people don't like him, they get weird about it, and I just thought,
Can you bring him back out?
He just onto the shoulder. Yeah, he was supposed to be like, scary, and then I made him, and he absolutely was terrible at it. And so I just bent some things, and we have familiars and spellcasters and whatnot, and I was like, I think I can do that, and so I did that and made him that.
So many bits and pieces to him.
Yeah, I had to work with what I had. It's easier when you have like a whole thing, apparently.
Like a whole body.
Yeah.
Could you do it with a whole body?
You hear a noise on a 21 distantly. You hear a wolf moving swiftly. Somewhere far away, your ears are powerful enough to detect it. It's not even on the ground, but it is approaching distantly. Something wild and magical is moving on the face of the world. And you almost hear the call of a nightingale.
I look around and just anywhere to try to see if I'm actually hearing this or if this is just in my head.
None of the humans here in this room are reacting or can hear what you can hear, but you hear it coming from the gardens.
I watch Occtis as he goes up with Lady Aranessa, and I will... Am I still able to hold on to Pincushion?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna put Pincushion on my shoulder, and I'm gonna walk out to the gardens.
You walk out. You see a distant bridge. A wolf running across a bridge, crossing the river. You hear Nightingale's song. As you walk through the gardens, you see jasmine growing. That wolf needs to get into this garden. The walls of the palazzo are closed. You need to make sure that that wolf can get in.
All right, so coming over the bridge towards us.
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to...
You look, and I think, Taisha.
Yeah?
You hear the song. It's powerful. beautiful, but it's a word of warning. Something magical is happening, and you look across the bridge. As you are crossing it, you can feel Jasmine heralding your approach. You look across at what can only be described as one dedicated to the memory of a shaper that took the world of nature for her own and bent it to her will. And you look across, and in this moment, know that doom will befall your world if you cannot find her spirit in your own, and she yours.
There is a moment of eye contact, and just unbidden, a howl rips from her. And it is long and mourning. And then she just returns her gaze to you, and she is stopped and gets low. It's something between a pounce, but it's not submission. It is what is about to happen next. And she just waits and watches you.
I think hearing that, Vaelus hasn't had this feeling in a long time, almost as if her heart it's beating again for the first time. And hearing that mourning howl, something gets caught in her throat, an emotion, something. I will start briskly walking towards the wolf.
I approach at the same speed.
The wolf vanishes. You are separated by so much distance, but in this starlight here, it's an unusually clear night for Dolmakyar. Connecting over this vast distance, the wolf continues into the city, and you walk forward, seeing multiple small gates in the walls of the palazzo, manned by guards of the Divinos. By whatever measure necessary, you know that a door must be left open for that wolf, as certain as you have ever been about the magic workings of this world.
I will cast command.
You walk up and you see a guard looks over and says, my lady?
Open the gate.
He goes, yes. And you see that just opens it as the other guard says, Davin, do you? And he says, yes, my lady. And you just see is crying without knowing why. Just opens it. And you open the gate and stand in the open doorway.
I stand in the open doorway and I put a hand out to sniff.
We move from there. You wait. You can hear the wolf approaching. It will take time for the wolf to get through the city, but this door will be open when that wolf arrives.
Vaelus, what are you doing?
Waiting.
For?
You'll see.
His bravado crumbles a bit as he gets lost in thought and approaches and kind of steps up beside you, kind of just shoulder to shoulder. I don't like the feeling of being overwhelmed. But I feel like the tide is rising and I don't know why or how. I have a bad feeling about tonight.
Do you get bad feelings often?
Yes, but it's usually easy to drink them away. But no, this is, something's happening. And I haven't grown up under the golden flicker of the House of Fey Magic to not recognize shifts, these ethereal winds, as omen. You've come here looking for something. This boy is being hunted. My lady is shaken. And from what I can tell a bit in his eyes, I think my father is too. And I don't know why. But part of me feels like I can trust you.
I believe you can too. And even though you seem a little bit of an asshole, I feel I can trust you.
What are you waiting for?
A wolf.
Vaelus, you feel your divine sense pulsing within you in this moment. As Julien says he has a terrible feeling, you have an ability, based on your connection to something profound and magical, to reach out a supernatural awareness in this moment, your divine sense ability. You feel it pulsing within your chest as you await the wolf. There's something deep about Julien's shadow. Something a little bit. And sense reaches out. There's something deep about Julien's shadow. Something a little bit thicker and more obscure about it. You have the ability to reach out to your divine sense if you so wish.
I would love to.
Julien, as you reach out, Julien's cursed. And as your divine sense reaches out, that curse is not the most troubling thing here. This garden, beyond Julien, is filled with hundreds and hundreds of specters of the restless dead just on the other side of the veil from the living world. Walking out on the steps to the garden, you see General Raymond looks out at you. Julien, I wanted to say that a hand from an invisible figure reaches forward as the invisibility is dropped, and a black-clad member of House Taconis reaches their hand up immaterially through the skin under his jaw, reaches inside his head, and pulls his skull out of his head immaterially. Letting go, it becomes corporeal again, and suddenly the upper half of his spinal cord and skull is out in front of the flesh of his head, and he dies instantly, collapsing to the ground.